In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for keeps?
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Radical.
Gone are the days of Pogs and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot. Hello and welcome back to the show, everybody. How are we doing tonight?
Good.
I'm doing well. I noticed you changed your intro.
Yeah, you would have noticed last week if you showed up.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's
Old news, Jared. Old news.
Old news.
I added to the intro and made it cooler. That's right. Welcome to the show. The show's called Best Gen because we're all from the same gen and happen to think it the best. But we're very accepting of anyone from. Doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter when you were born. You're welcome to watch the stream. We invite you to watch. Just as long as you can acknowledge that Viewmaster was the OG VR.
Viewmaster.
I love those things, man. The little clicky clicks thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then it would do half a click and your vision would be skewed and you'd only see part of a picture and it'll be all messed up.
Those are great. I love it.
Viewmaster, baby. Yeah. Tonight's stream, we're talking about Raised by Wolves Season 2, Episode 2. We got to get as many people as we can to watch it so that they'll announce its renewal for Season 3, which they still haven't done, which is scary. So
Yeah.
we also have some nerd news and some bad takes.
Nerd news. Is that a new segment or
It's just I would always end bad takes by just doing news. I figured it's the same thing,
okay, cool.
but it's kind of different. It's the takes that aren't bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool beans.
How are you guys doing tonight? We're joined by my brother David, who is my
Hey.
brother, and my cousin Jared,
True
who's
statement.
sitting on the couch with his girlfriend. Off
Well,
camera.
What?
How you doing? How you doing, Jared?
You know, I'm doing well. I just started an internship this last week, so that's been fun.
Nice.
Going to be doing that in between school. It's going to be great. Going to be earning some money for a change. Oh, it's such a great relief. Guys, don't go back to school. It's not worth it.
You said earning money. It
Yeah.
sounded like you said burning money. I was like,
No.
Yeah, he's earning that much.
what? Gotta
Yeah.
be burning money for a change.
I would love to get to that point. Yeah, where I could just burn
You
it.
get one taste of the high life, and you just go all in, just burning your singles. Well,
It's like, how else do you dispose of those signals? Oh, that's right. You just burn them.
You know, it's
Keeps
a
the
good-
place warm.
Everybody needs an emergency fire starter kit, right?
Yeah, but it's nice. After being in school and mountains of debt, I'm like, Oh, it feels nice just to be able to make money again.
It feels nice to burn money. Sure. Well, thanks for joining, David. How are you doing? I breezed
Good.
past your intro.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I took a break from school to work on a few projects and haven't gotten anything done.
Oh.
So
Usually how it goes.
Yep.
It's embarrassing that your younger brother graduated before you.
After changing your major, sure.
It's also embarrassing that it took me 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are failures.
That's good. Woo!
Hey, but I paid off the rest of my student loans, so from here on out, I'm
That's good.
writing on grants and such.
Yeah,
That's a
debt
good way to do
is a bad boy. So don't do that, debt, everybody. Yeah, we're gonna have a good night. We're gonna have a fun conversation about some nerd stuff. I'm gonna throw this up I'm throwing it in. If we get 25 likes, this is a standing invitation. If we get 25 likes live, I will. I'll debut. I'll give you a little sneak peek of a song I'm writing.
Oh wow!
And this isn't like my comedic stuff. This is like real music.
So in order to get 25 likes, don't you need to have 25 viewers?
Yeah, it's optimistic.
Way to shoot for the stars. That's the way.
I
to
also
do it.
just realized I don't know how to check.
Oh,
Do I
that's
just
great.
pull up the stream and look what? Okay. Yeah, there's nothing on this little thing that I'm looking at that says how many likes. So I'll just have to toggle between.
Looks like 4 so far. So
Yeah.
all the viewers we have.
I'm a musician. I make some funny songs on the channel, but I also write serious music, and I'm working on putting together an album, and I've got some that are more developed than others. And if we get 25 likes live, then I'll play a song for you.
Nice.
How about that?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I've always been impressed with your stuff. So, isn't that how you proposed to your wife?
I did. I wrote a song to propose to my wife.
Samesies.
Mine was
Okay,
better.
well, I won't be doing that. So,
Yeah.
No pressure.
Oh, sorry. Did we set the bar too high?
yes.
Sorry. I wrote. I don't know. If it makes you feel better, Jared, my wife never said yes.
Oh, you know what? I think I remember you telling me that. I had forgotten though.
Hey, we're at 6 likes. That's good.
No.
Wait,
does that mean then that it's legal? Is your marriage legal then?
no, we real got married, but my wife never actually said she would marry me. I took her to the studio where I was recording, which was part of the school I was going to. And there was a recording studio, so I took her there. I was like, "Hey, I want to show you this song," and I played the song. It was super romantic, and she was sitting in the chair at the computer, and I was just standing behind her, and it was a swivel chair, and then I spun her around and proposed to her, and she just like started and just spun away. Kept turning around, and I kept like turning her back, like, so what are you gonna say? And she wouldn't give me an answer, so I just put the ring on her finger and I said, "You're gonna marry me," and it worked out.
All right. I hadn't heard that story.
Okay, all right.
My wife is a wonderful person, but she has some commitment issues. So
she is amazing. She's
for good reason. Yeah, she's a great. Oh, we're at 8 likes. Oh, okay, I'll have to keep maybe. Yeah. If we get 25, I'll keep checking periodically. But if we get 25, put something special in the chat. I don't know, but we'll see it. You guys want to do some nerd news? Should we talk about the news in the interweb nets?
You gonna start off with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start
All
off
right,
with it.
let's do it.
Feel like we've been ending with the deep dive discussion.
To make a new little intro stinger for this new segment.
That would have required more preparation.
Oh, see, I'm disappointed.
I'll make a nerd news stinger though. Okay. All right. I've got some funny. I saw this and I was just like, what? So they're gonna keep making Rust,
Okay.
which seems like a weird choice. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know the story. What is Rust even?
oh, you don't
didn't
know
hear about
this?
it?
A movie, right, or something like that.
How,
I mean,
wait, Jared. Where have you been living under a
No.
rock?
I knew about this incident.
Uh-huh.
where he used the prop and he
killed a person.
Yes, I knew about this incident, but I'm wondering what the movie is. Is it based off of a book or is it based off of?
I don't know. It's a Western.
You want to know what's funny though? The plot of the movie.
What?
The plot of the movie is he goes to help like his son or daughter who accidentally shot someone.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Western. His child accidentally shoots someone, and he goes to like get him out of trouble.
Well,
Yikes!
that right there is what we call character acting, or no, where they like really get into it. What's that called? No, it's called
Method acting.
Method acting.
Yeah.
method
Yeah.
acting.
A sad twist of irony. No, yeah, that's pretty ironic. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I don't even know how to feel about it. I saw this and I was like, ooh, yikes, that's hot water. Because someone died, and it's still like under active investigation whether or not it was an accident. His Alec Baldwin's story was the gun went off by itself. So at the same time, like, yikes, but also, you've got like a big portion of the movie. Do you just let it go to waste, or what do you do? Yeah. There's no good answer here, right?
Yeah. I mean, especially too if it was the director, right? And so it's like, do you finish it and like pay homage to them, right? And say, hey, look, like this was their vision. This is what they spent so much time on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to be the one making that choice. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's tough. Tough decision.
Do you? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious if people will watch this movie, because it could go either way. Yeah. Like, I think a lot of people will watch it out of morbid curiosity, but I think also a lot of people won't go watch it because of what happened.
I think more people will go watch it because I hadn't even heard of it. Of course, there haven't been any commercials or anything, so there haven't been any
trailers,
advertising.
Well, because they're not done filming; they had to stop when someone died.
Yes. But a lot of times you hear of movies being made and like, oh, that sounds awesome. This one I had no clue what it was. In fact, there's a video game called Rust. I thought it was made based on that, but it's not. It's
that's why I asked.
I guess. So
yeah, that's why I asked.
Mm-hmm.
So
the follow-up question is was this whole thing a grand conspiracy to get people to watch this movie that no one had heard of?
Well,
if you just kill a person when you're watching it, when you're making a movie, people will go see it, right?
So it's actually kind of funny that I noticed in the intro you had Ben-Hur on there, right?
Yeah.
And Ben-Hur, apparently the guy died in the chariot scene too. Right?
That's not true.
Well,
it is for
sake of argument.
Yes, no, it is a common myth. It is not true. No one died during that scene. The stuntman who covering Charleston Heston almost died, and he was injured when he flips. Oh, in that scene that I show, when he flips over the chariot, that was not he wasn't supposed to go that far, and he almost died. But but the guy that people say, it's a very common myth that there's a soldier standing in the middle section who falls over
off and gets run over.
It's very clearly a dummy.
Yeah.
So no one died.
I thought it was just the bad frame rate, those old films or whatever. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I did know that it's just read it.
Rebrand the movie and call it Erosion. The people won't know.
Yeah, it is a pretty unspoken rule that if someone gets injured on a take, that take makes it into the movie. Sometimes, sometimes the take is ruined. It's not always. It's not always, but yeah, if
like when Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe.
Yeah,
but that just makes common sense. Like that take was so good because it really hurt.
Yeah, and he's taking character to break it.
Or
like authenticity.
When what's his face sliced his hand open making that slave movie Django. Why can't I remember his name? Titanic. The Revenant.
Oh,
right, yeah.
Sometimes my brain farts.
Caprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. He sliced his hand open, and they kept filming. Yeah. But people misattribute that too because he goes on and like smears his hand on one of the actresses' faces, and they obviously paused and didn't let him put his real blood in her face. He cuts his hand open in that scene, and then they use that take, but then they give him a Band-Aid, right. and they decide to work it in because it was a really cool thing. But yeah, it was fake blood on the girl's face. Sorry to ruin the movie magic, everybody. Santa Claus is dead.
Oh wait, he died? When did Santa Claus die?
Spoilers
in Rust. He gets yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting story. It's like a no-win situation unless they just make tons of money and people go see this movie. Here's another interesting story. The MCU just gave us the worst Mr. Fantastic. Talking about the movie that we've already talked about here with Doctor Strange.
Certainly the worst treatment of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I would say, and that is what they're arguing here. But it's obviously like an inflammatory title to like John Krasinski, because a lot of people liked. He was kind of the fan cast, right? John Krasinski was the what's the term for it? Like the guy that everyone was shipping for. The ideal fan casting of the role. I really don't know if we can like have an opinion on his performance because he has like one line.
Yeah. I thought he looked the part. That's about all you could say.
I think he looks the part.
Didn't give him anything.
Yeah, they didn't really give him anything. But is he the worst Mr. Fantastic? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really get to see him. Did anyone watch the Josh Trank Fantastic remake?
I watched it.
Is that the one on the right?
It was Josh Trank, right? The director? I'm probably saying it.
I'm not sure. But yeah, it was bad.
I really liked Chronicle. That was a good one that he directed. But yeah, he did the Fantastic Four movie, and I never even bothered.
No, it was like a CW show. It was really bad.
But it was a movie. It wasn't a CW.
Yep. I would rather watch Arrow.
I heard there was a lot of studio interference, and it might not have been his fault, but who knows? We shall never know. Here's another fun and interesting story. So talking back about Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Apparently, the zombie Doctor Strange, Sam Raimi, it wasn't his idea, and he didn't want to do it because it's a very Sam Raimi thing to do. And when they brought it up, the writer brought it up and said, "Hey, do a zombie thing," and he's like, apparently his initial reaction was, "No, I think that would be silly because everyone would just think I'm doing a Sam Raimi and forcing, my thing into this movie," which is like a really good attitude for Sam Raimi to have. So he's like, "Hey, look, I don't want to just make this, my thing. Obviously you can put personality into a movie, but he's like, I want to make this for the fans," which is something I don't think that the writers cared about. So
Yep, I still think it was good though. It worked out.
Yeah, I liked the cape. It was just super awkward at the end when he's giving these like emotional through lines to America
As
Chavez.
a zombie, yeah.
I'm a zombie. But
yeah, it was also funny how he just showed up and he's like, "Hey, it's me." It's like, you don't know what that means.
You remember me from the Doctor Strange movie you've just been watching? Me.
But also that version of Strange was the one that, tried to kill her or whatever in the very opening of the scene. So it was like, hey, it's me. Right. It could be the other me,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
they could do a Marvel zombie movie, but it would be family friendly, and I don't think it would be good.
Yeah.
Well, I know
zombies never really appealed to me.
Yeah.
But
they did an episode of the What If that was Marvel Zombies.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Like I noticed with this one, it just felt very much like What If. They were taking a lot of the What Ifs in this.
Yes. Yeah, they pulled a lot of inspiration from What If.
Well, yeah. What's her face was in it?
Peggy Carter, Captain.
Yeah, Captain Carter, which actually leads into the next story, which is apparently I haven't heard any of these people. But apparently fans have declared a full Marvel boycott over the series following Sam Wilson's replacement as Captain America. Well, first off, Sam Wilson is the replacement Captain America, which I think is stupid. But there are rumors that there's going to be a Captain Carter movie live action.
So they're saying that replaces.
None of it's confirmed, but
and even if it is, it's an alternate thing. It's not going to replace the thing that already exists.
First off, none of this is confirmed. There are rumors that they're going to do a live action Captain Carter movie, rolling off of the hype of Doctor Strange 2, which I don't think there was that much hype for, but whatever. But yeah, people are mad because they're saying. You just made Sam Wilson the new Captain America, and now you're erasing him with Carter, which is I haven't heard. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's just people being silly.
Yeah, because there's nothing confirmed yet.
Because first off, they're both replacements of Captain America, right? So it's a silly thing to get all bent into shape over because neither of them are actually Captain America.
But you can introduce Captain Carter and not replace Falcon.
You can do
Captain
both.
America.
Or better.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
It would have to be a different version. I mean, Peggy Carter, Captain Carter, is from an alternate reality. It's not replacing anything.
Yeah,
she exists separately.
It's also, even if it were true, it's untenable because no one watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was like out of all the Disney shows, it was the least watched one.
It was also the first, though.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was the first that came out.
No, I think it was. Wasn't it?
WandaVision.
Yeah, I was going to say
WandaVision was first.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was WandaVision, then Falcon, then it was
Loki.
Then Loki,
and then Hawkeye.
Then Hawkeye, and then Moon Knight.
Okay. But no one watched it, so if they're going to replace him, like that would be a good business decision. Because he already didn't make money. So, whatever.
From a business standpoint, yeah.
Interesting.
Like, you can get mad about it, I guess, but first off, you're dumb, and second off, you're wrong. So, yeah, I've watched all of the Marvel shows. I haven't enjoyed them, But yes, I think out of all of them, this one was the worst.
Yeah, I remember
Falcon Winter
Falcon
Soldier
was
was
for me.
absolutely the worst show.
It's the only one I haven't watched.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Um,
The clips that I've seen are pretty cringy.
yeah, it's bad.
And plus, I don't know. I've never been interested in Winter Soldier. He's like my. I don't know why everybody likes Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It's okay. It just never speak to me. I don't know.
I like the Winter Soldier, and
I know.
Bucky is the best part of this TV show, but
Yeah.
Sam Wilson is awful in it. He has no charisma, and he shouldn't be the one to get the shield. He doesn't have superpowers, so he really can't use the shield very effectively. If like Bucky would be able to use it because he has super strength.
He's got a supplemented suit like Iron Man. You could,
No, he doesn't. It's pads.
The wings.
Okay, sure.
They're powered. It's a powered wingsuit.
Yeah, and it's silly.
Yeah.
He was, and
I thought it was a backpack.
He was more interesting as
backpack.
He was also more interesting as Falcon.
You're right.
As Captain America. He was his own character, and now he's just a replacement for a character that no one wants.
Yeah.
So
you are definitely right about that.
You're literally stripping him of his personality to give him the mantle of Captain America.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's dumb. Also, he looked ridiculous. The worst part about it is that they try and the show goes out of its way to humanize the villain, and Sam Wilson the entire show is saying, no, she's just misunderstood. She's misunderstood, and she's literally killing people. She's a terrorist. She's burning people alive in buildings. She's blowing up buildings with hostages inside. And in the final episode, they take hostages in vans and set the vans on fire to burn them alive. And 10 seconds later, Sam Wilson says, "You got to stop calling them terrorists, man. Why do you think they're doing all this stuff?"
Yeah.
It was stupid.
It's pretty dumb.
So I hated it. Here's this one is interesting. So, yeah, have you guys been watching the trial?
Yes.
I haven't really.
Unfortunately.
If you're not watching the trial, what are you doing with your life? Because, oh boy, the JDAH trial is the most entertaining thing on the face of the planet Earth. And during the trial, Disney announced they're recasting, or they're moving on without Jack Sparrow in the Pirates franchise.
Well, they've already done like 5 of them, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's like turning into a Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like,
Jane Sparrow, yes. That's
Jack Sparrow is,
You can
I
call
mean,
it.
not Jack Sparrow, but like, yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is kind of already dead to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it's overdone, right? But Johnny Depp's performance as Jack Sparrow is fantastic.
Absolutely.
And during his defamation trial, they announced, hey, we're moving on without him. Like, how disrespectful is that? That's just, it's crazy to me. Which is the perfect segue into our Screen Rants bad takes, everybody. We're doing backwards this time. We're doing news first and then bad takes. Screen Rants bad takes. We got the bad takes. Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean is better than Depp's return. They announced that they're going to do a Pirates movie with Margot Robbie as a pirate instead of...
okay.
Instead of Jack Sparrow.
That's what a terrible... What? Nothing against Margot Robbie. She's a good actress, but like you do this now? Have you not been watching the trial?
Yeah, Disney's going to catch some heat from that. No, I'm surprised, honestly. I thought he was already out a long time
The
ago.
only reason that people are still watching those movies is because of Johnny Depp.
100%.
Yep.
The movies aren't good anymore, but he's still entertaining in them.
Yep.
So this is just it's a bad take. We got a lot of bad takes, everybody. Here's a good one. Why Doctor Strange 2's box office had such a massive drop. Is it bad? We don't know. But yeah, people only saw it opening weekend, and it has the largest drop of any MCU film, or second largest.
Really?
Second largest second week drop of any MCU film. Probably you have the answer right there. I don't think any people aren't excited to watch this movie. So,
yeah, word
of mouth spreads, guys. There's your answer. Halo. You guys been? I know you guys aren't watching Halo, but are you following Halo news?
Actually, I was watching it.
You were?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I just gotta watch it to see how bad this is.
Did you finish?
No. I got to the point where I was just like, I don't even care about the new episode.
Okay. It's bad. It's bad, right?
Well, the thing is it's not even that one. You know how you pointed out that like they had the prop gun that wasn't even like
a wooden gun.
The only time that happens.
No, it's not the only. It happens more than once.
Yeah, there were a couple times where I was like, that looks like a prop gun too.
So in episode 1,
that's sad.
Master Chief takes off his helmet, which is a no-no. And then in episode 2, he takes off his shirt. And then in episode 3, he's completely naked. And then in episode 6, he gets laid.
Yeah,
that's what you call natural character progression.
Not just anything. He sleeps with a Covenant spy that causes the fall of Reach.
Oh.
So he constantly, I should have been more specific. It's not just episode 1 he takes his helmet off. It's off the whole show.
Yeah,
it's
he
rare.
Takes it off episode 1 and he doesn't have it on the whole show.
It's basically like Boba Fett. It's rare that he has his helmet on.
Yeah.
So, the finale though. Do you want me to spoil it for you? Because you're out, right, Jared?
I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, I probably won't finish it.
So
it's just one of those where I'm like, I've kind of lost interest.
In the finale, there was finally a good action scene with Master Chief acting like Master Chief and kicking lots of butt and killing lots of bad guys. And do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he's dead.
He's dead? He dies? What? Master Chief dies?
The only time he gets to kick butt, he dies and Cortana takes over his body. And she's the one who kicks butt.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's so retarded.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The only scene where you get Master Chief being Master Chief is when it's Cortana, not Master Chief. No joke.
Yeah, it's been a weird.
I mean, this article actually kind of gets it right, but they're saying, it's their opinion is that it's too late. You waited till the last episode to be cool, and my opinion is, it's
it's still not cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the suit fits better when a woman is wearing it. So, to explain it a little bit more, Cortana in the show was created to take over his body. She's like a rogue AI. But I mean, not a rogue AI. That's her purpose is to like take him over and control him. But then she becomes friends with him. But then in the last episode, so she decides not to do it. But then in the last episode, there's two things happening at once, and Master Chief can't do both of them because he's an incompetent man. And so he says, the only way that I'll be able to do this is if I kill myself and you take over my body because you're so much better than me as an AI woman. You can do two things at once.
So not only does he die, but he kills himself.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
so disrespectful. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Wow.
The Halo TV show's so bad, guys.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy it anymore.
Okay, we got some Star Wars articles, though. We got some Star Wars.
Ooh, okay.
Star Wars trilogies. Star Wars isn't trilogies anymore, reveals Kathleen Kennedy. The worst thing to happen to Star Wars. And I love this tagline. So, Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm president, says the Star Wars franchise isn't about movie trilogies anymore, but instead more persistent storytelling. I get what she's saying, but what in the world is more persistent than Star Wars? A movie that was made, movies that were made a real long time ago and has probably the most dedicated fan base of all time.
Yep.
Like across multiple generations. That's persistent storytelling. A story that lasts forever is persistent storytelling. But Kathleen Kennedy's interpretation of persistent storytelling is just constant storytelling and regurgitation. They're not doing trilogies. They just want content. And that's what she's saying is, oh, we're just doing a whole lot of Star Wars, and it's content, and it's going to be persistent, and no one cares about it. Congratulations, you took probably I think it's safe to say Star Wars is the largest fan base. Harry Potter probably comes close. But Star Wars is bigger. I mean, it was. It's not anymore.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that.
Like,
as far as nerd franchises go.
But you took the biggest franchise with the biggest following, and now no one cares. There's just a few stragglers left who still care. The Star Wars recasting backlash hurts the franchise's future. They also recently announced, Kathleen Kennedy, that they will no longer recast any characters, any Legends characters,
like CGI replacements.
What they tried to do with the Solo movie, right? And this article is awful because it learns the wrong lesson. So it says, where is it? Right. Okay. Because what they were doing is milking the stuff that people knew, right? They're making a Han Solo movie and recasting it with a young Han Solo, which I didn't even mind that much, right? But the lesson that they learned from this article, or that they think is the lesson, is that the sequel trilogy proved that Star Wars fans don't want new characters. And so they're saying, oh, this choice to stop recasting is going to hurt the franchise because people only want to watch stories about the original characters. And if you only do new characters, people won't care about Star Wars. The sequel trilogy didn't prove that we don't want new characters. It proved that we want good stories.
Cohesive story.
Poe Dameron and Finn are good ideas. To have an ex-stormtrooper defect and Poe Dameron it's Oscar Isaac. He's charismatic. He's a sexy pilot. That's a good idea. They were good characters. They were used horribly, and the story that you chose to tell was terrible. That's the problem. It would have been better if the sequel trilogy was all new characters.
Yes.
And it was just its own thing.
I agree 100%. I wish they would have gone thousands of years in the future and it was completely disconnected from the Star Wars that we know.
They tried to have the best of both worlds. They tried to include legacy characters and pass the baton to new characters that were less interesting. And in the process of doing it, they just, pooped all over the old characters. That's
Yeah.
the wrong
Well,
way to do it. If you're
They
going
could
to
have done it if
include
they had a through line. If they
exactly,
connected
if you're
planned
going to
out what they were
include the
gonna do.
legacy characters, like they didn't have a scene with Han, Luke, and Leia together.
Yeah.
How silly was that? Right? If you're going to include them, have the story be about them passing the baton. But they really don't even affect the story at all. Right? So if you're not going to do that, then don't have them in the story.
Yeah.
It has nothing. Yeah, it's just such a bad, fundamental misunderstanding of what was wrong with the sequels. Why recasting major Star Wars roles is necessary? Because it's the only thing that people still care about. So you gotta milk it. You have to. People will only watch Star Wars if Luke's in it. Because it's the only thing that's not destroyed yet. So, I mean, that's why they're doing a Kenobi thing. Yeah. I'm upset about Star Wars. Yep, I thought the casting for young Han Solo was actually good.
I did too. I
think he did a good job. It wasn't the best movie. It's better on a rewatch because the first time you're kind of like, oh, what is this? But the second time, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah. I think it suffered from a lack of direction. They were just kind of like, ooh, let's do this. Ooh, let's do this. Oh, you remember that time when Han Solo said this line? Let's throw in something like that makes you remember.
Yeah, and Lando Calrissian was a great cast.
Oh, Lando was fantastic. Yeah.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was a fine movie. It just didn't.
Well, it suffered from like massive reshoots, and it was pieced together.
Too.
But the casting wasn't the problem.
No, the casting wasn't the problem at all. Just the overall direction of it and how it came together. And there were a couple of weird decisions, like having him talk Wookiee. That was completely nonsensical.
That was dumb. That was stupid.
There's stupid things like that. But it was a fun movie. It was fine.
Yep. Well, there's another Star Wars story. Talking about the coming show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the actor who plays the Grand Inquisitor, intentionally did not watch the source material because he wanted to do his own interpretation of the role.
Now, granted, there's a lot of animated show.
Yeah, but not a lot with him.
Yeah.
You could have watched a couple episodes, but the reason he gives is, let me find it. It's ridiculous, right? I get it. You don't have to watch all the animated stuff, okay? But watch a few episodes with him in it, because this is the reason he gave. I really wanted to honor the character as I saw him, and so I almost deliberately did not watch the animated interpretation.
Yeah, that
what character are you seeing?
That character, that sentence is contradictory. If he wants to honor the character,
he hasn't seen the character. What is he honoring?
Is he in some sort of comic or book?
He's in the first season of Rebels. That's about it. You wouldn't have had to watch much.
Yeah, that's true.
But this sentence makes no sense. I wanted to honor the character by throwing it out completely. I don't even care about this character. I didn't watch Rebels. I didn't think it was I wasn't interested in it. But how can you say you're honoring a character you know nothing about?
Yeah, I get that, and I agree with you. But that's
could just go on
YouTube.
YouTube.
That a lot of people make.
You could just go on YouTube and watch a highlight reel of clips.
Yeah.
Just for you don't have to take that as your performance.
Yeah,
I get it.
No,
you want to give your own interpretation, but you can't say that you're honoring the source material by throwing it out.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But this isn't, for some reason, this is something that a lot of actors like to do. If they're doing a new interpretation of something that already exists, they don't want to watch the original thing because they don't want to just rehash the old thing. They don't want to.
I understand
use the same intonality, say the lines exactly the same.
But there is a big difference, David, between doing another iteration of the character in live action and translating or adapting a character from comics to live action.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Or from an animated TV show to live action.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that thought at all. I think it
has some merit. If like the Joker, for instance, but that's a silly argument because it's impossible to have not seen a movie with the Joker in it.
Yeah,
right. But I understand it to some point that like, yeah, you don't want to just rip off Heath Ledger's Joker if you get the role as the Joker.
Right, but I don't know. To me, it just makes more sense to pull from as many sources as possible and then use that as inspiration to develop your own interpretation of the character. That's what makes sense to me. For some reason, I'm not a professional actor, so what do I know? But for some reason, a lot of these actors have the same mentality that I don't want to associate. I don't want to go and study this original character. I want to do my own interpretation of it just based on how it looks or whatever, and the script that I'm given. Fine. I don't think that's a good idea.
It's just funny because like I am completely uninvested in this character, and I can see how this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't care about him, but this attitude is stupid. Also, why would you cast someone with such a big head? This is intimidating. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a bit bulbous, but again, it's just the same. We've been complaining before about
I know. I hated Cad Bane.
Animated interpretation, but I mean, no transition is even more stark than Count Dooku. I mean, Count Dooku in the animated series looks nothing like he does in the show, and that was the movie came out first.
That went the other way, yeah.
So it's just, to me, I don't care. I think he looks fine both ways. I would have liked that it was more. You got to admit,
he looks a little bit silly.
He does look like an egg, yeah.
I mean, look at that forehead.
And the same thing with Cad Bane. His nose was too big, but
they've already done his same race in the TV in the prequels.
Did they?
They've already done it. Yes. Let me find. He's the. Let me pull this up. Somebody vamp for me. Talk about Star Wars, David. What's his race?
I don't know what his race is.
Hold on. I should have brought this up. Okay, he's playing? What's his name? He's playing
the Grand Inquisitor. Look it up on Wikipedia. Yeah, I don't mind his look in here as long as his performance is good. And time. I agree.
The look's not that detrimental. I think you're going to have some changes, live action or not. I mean, you can see the same symbols and stuff, and that's the biggest part.
Yeah.
But look at this.
Oh, okay.
You remember him? That looks completely different.
Yeah, it does.
They've already had a live action adaptation of this race.
Where's that?
This looks more like this.
Yeah.
It's in. He interacts with the Obi-Wan, and they're being held
one, I think.
hostage. Oh, it's in the third movie. Yeah, it's the planet that Count Dooku is hiding on.
Yeah.
And he shows up and he says, "Hey, is Count Dooku here?" And he says, "We are being held hostage. If you could save us, that would be wonderful."
Yeah.
Wait, like what? I missed that.
He says, "We are being held hostage. If you could save us, it would be wonderful." I can't remember his voice, but like that looks cool, right?
Yeah, that does.
This guy looks cool.
This guy
looks dumb. And I'm not even invested in this character. I don't care about him.
Yeah, you're right. It looks a lot better.
Him race. That's definitely what they should have been doing.
Puan race. He's got these little lines, right? We got cool lines. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's silly. Anyway, we got some more bad takes. Why can't Bumblebee talk in Transformers?
It literally explains it in the movie.
Watch Transformers. They say why he can't talk in the movie. And then they also made a Bumblebee movie where they showed him lose his talk. Oh, this is in the wrong place. This is supposed to be in nerd news. HBO uncanceled J.K. Rowling.
So
They're doubling down on Harry Potter content. They're going to do more Harry Potter stuff because good for HBO. So,
what Harry Potter stuff are they going to adapt? The
I don't know.
The Deathly Child or whatever.
I think they more Fantastic Beast stuff, and there's the video game, but I think they're trying to plan something else now, like a TV show or something, which would be interesting. Here's the thing: it's ridiculous that she was ever canceled, and without getting into the politics of it, right? I think I disagree with about 90% of J.K. Rowling's politics. And I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attack her livelihood or her ability to make a living because we disagree on a lot of things.
You can still enjoy.
I'm not going to not read her books either, right? But the people who canceled her on to the left of center, if you compare your politics, you probably agree on 90% of J.K. Rowling's politics. She is very left, but she just disagreed with you on one thing. Yeah. And you canceled her. That was dumb. People can have different opinions, and it's okay.
Yep.
That was supposed to be in Nerd News. I ruined the whole segment. We'll have to start over.
Toss it out the window.
Gracious.
This is stupid. Marvel confirms a SpiderMan Moon Knight team up needs to happen. Sorry, let me fix this title.
What?
We at Screen Rant think that Spider-Man and Moon Knight should have a team up after we watched Moon Knight and we liked it. Marvel didn't confirm anything. I hate this title. It is so clickbait. Yeah. Marvel confirmed nothing. Marvel made a Spider-Man movie and Marvel made a Moon Knight movie, and you saw them and thought, hey, they've done it in the comics. It would be cool to see a team up. Don't write your headline like this. It's bull crap.
Yep.
Nothing is confirmed. Nothing. I guarantee you it's not even planned yet. So stop writing this garbage for clicks. Okay, this is the one I'm...
Yep.
There's... okay. These get progressively worse. I'm...
Take a breath, Alan.
I hate this so much. Okay?
Ooh.
X-Men's Gambit stuns in official cover art of a new Hellfire Gala costume. You guys want to see my favorite X-Men of all time? You want to see his new costume? It's stunning for the wrong reasons. It's stunning, all right.
Look at that close-up there on the bottom left. Wowie, wow.
Dang.
Congratulations. You took the best X-Man and you've made him stunning. He is now a homoerotic stripper for Chippendales. He looks so dumb. He's got anal beads wrapped around his neck.
Gambit was always my favorite too. I always like.
Look, this is Gambit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Gambit.
Ooh! Oh, Gambit! The best X-Man!
Freaking love Gambit.
Yes.
So freaking cool. Gambit, I read a lot of X-Man comics, okay? Gambit is literally the only X-Man who ever beat Wolverine in a mano-a-mano one-on-one. because Gambit is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was barely in one of the movies too.
Oh yeah, they
was
did him
so
dirty.
sad.
And,
That's Gambit, and then they didn't do anything with him.
He was actually like his portrayal in the movie was not bad. It just wasn't in the movie.
right.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
It was the Wolverine.
Oh yeah, one of the first Wolverine ones. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, oh, we're gonna see a good Gambit here, and then we never saw anything. Yeah, that's ridiculous though. That's not Gambit.
One of the lines in here made me furious too, but I don't know if I can spend the time to look for it because I'll just get more upset. They're like, look at the way that his straps make an X on his penis. Like,
Yeah, his pants are low, aren't they?
you can literally see
up over his crotch.
that is his groin, like right there.
Yeah, that's the groin lines.
Like the short shorts on that are so short, like you literally see the butt cheek. This is like the opposite version of the,
it's coming in from the other end, from the other side. Yeah,
you see the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That's bad. Get that out. I don't want to see that anymore.
I'm so pissed off. Gambit is the best.
Yeah.
That's a small picture, but
awesome. That's so good. That pants is so iconic with him throwing the cards. Like, oh yeah.
This is sexier. This is more sexy.
Heck yes.
This is awesome. Also, the idea to ever cast Channing Tatum as Gambit was so bad. I'm so glad that never happened. Because Channing Tatum's funny, but Gambit. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, maybe, but not that. Maybe that Channing Tatum.
Yeah,
I could be okay with that. Okay. No.
Four was definitely worse.
Netflix last Airbender can improve Aang by making him more like Korra.
More like the show that didn't perform as much as the original series. That's a winning strategy right there. If I've ever seen one.
Are you in cardiac arrest over there?
A screen rant finally broken you? What do they say? I'm curious in this article. What do they say specifically?
Korra's more interesting than Aang because she's older, and her pain is more real. Okay. Her pain is more. You mean like the pain of your entire race being genocided?
Mm-hmm. You having to live with the knowledge you're the last remaining member of your entire tribe.
There's another. Why she was a better bender? Well, yeah, because she had more experience. She had more time to learn bending. I thought it was going to say why she was a better avatar. Darker themes can be explored in a deeper way. Yeah, like, because Avatar: The Last Airbender had such light themes like genocide. Korra's trauma was explored. It was different things. Why? Oh gosh, that's another article.
Don't do it. Don't click on it, Alan. Don't click on it. You're hovering. Don't.
Making Aang and Korra more similar will make their differences less jarring. They're supposed to be different.
Yeah.
That's the whole. All of the avatars are more different. Yeah, their difference is supposed to be jarring. Aang gets tips from a firebender, and he's at war with the firebenders, the guys that genocided his race. That's a bit jarring, and it's cool.
Yep. That's called conflict. It makes stories interesting.
This one makes me more angry than the article about Stan Lee.
I don't know about that.
I hate this so much, and I can't talk about it anymore. But from the mouth of babes, comes truth or something. My son Elliot, I got him to watch Avatar because it's a good show, and he watched it. Do you know how many times he's watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
The entire series?
9 times.
The entire series. Wow. He's watched it 9 times.
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot.
After his second watch through, I said, "Hey, Elliot, there's another Avatar show with Korra in it." I don't dislike the Korra show. It's an okay show. It's not as good. I said, "Hey, there's another Avatar show with Korra." He didn't finish season 1. He said, "Dad, this is boring."
Yeah. But then again, it could be just it was more adult themes, and so he just didn't relate to it as a little kid. So that's probably why. It's not that it's an inferior show at all. It's just it's more mature, built for a more mature audience.
Netflix's The Last Airbender can improve Aang by making him a lesbian.
Yeah. Wouldn't put it past him.
Okay.
Okay.
We got. So here's some Wheel of Time news. This is an old tweet from 2020. When news first broke that there was going to be an adaptation for the Wheel of Time. Dragonmount, which is a big Wheel of Time website that archives stuff, found an old interview with Robert Jordan where he says, if my show gets kind of what they did with Merlin, then I'd be satisfied. I think that would be a good adaptation. And no, it's not the Merlin TV show. It's the Merlin miniseries that had Sam Neill in it.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's a good miniseries. This is the kind of thing I'd be satisfied with that type of adaptation. And this isn't the bad take, but people have been sharing this, retweeting it, justifying the bad Wheel of Time adaptation, saying, "Hey, it's okay that the Wheel of Time show sucks because Robert Jordan said this one time in an interview. He said it's okay if adaptations aren't the best, so we can justify the absolute garbage that was it." First off, David, you said Merlin was good.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was weird though because it's the only adaptation I've seen where Merlin actually ages backwards like he's supposed to in the books.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's
but was the Wheel of Time good, David?
Nope.
Then don't use this quote to justify a bad adaptation. Go to hell. Okay, so that's been Screen Rant's Bad Takes, and just so I don't kill myself, we gotta liven things up with a joke from the good old Babylon Bee, because you know about the baby formula shortage. Babies because of the shortage.
They gotta try protein powder.
Babies are switching. Babies are switching to protein powder. Baby, it's a baby, but he got muscles.
He's swole.
He looks like Gambit now. He's a big baby. He can go to Chippendales and be a stripper now.
Yeah, cast him as Gambit.
That's hilarious. It's the Photoshop is so good too. It's so bad that it's hilarious.
I know, right? Like that's obviously the diapers on backwards and like.
Oh, well, that's been some screamers. Bad takes. Everybody, we got some bad takes. I'm so tired.
Yeah, that one almost broke you.
I'm so depressed right now. So let's talk about some Raised by Wolves. Someone want to take this?
Okay, well, first off, you guys said that I would.
Okay. I'll just reiterate really quick before we start. Raised by Wolves. If you're new to the stream, if we get to 25 likes, I will preview. I'll give you a sneak peek of a song that I'm writing that's really good. I'm really excited to share it one day, but it will be a long time from now. But if we get 25 likes, you'll get a sneak peek. Okay, I think we're at 10, so that's pretty good. We got 10 likes, baby. Hey, they don't even have to be real. If you have burner accounts, just switch and give me a like. It's 25.
I was to say I didn't already do that.
Well, one of them's me. So I want to show you I made a cool song. I want to share it. So
okay, all right.
So yeah.
Well, if we get 12 and a half, can we have half your song?
I'll play half the song, sure. The second half of the song is the better half, though.
Yeah.
So it's a demo. It's not done yet. I need to re-record some of my vocals in the first half, so maybe I'll just play the whole thing. I don't care.
Nice.
Raised by Wolves, season 2, episode 2. We watched it, and it's pretty good. There's some people, and they're getting raised. They're getting raised by wolves.
Oh, is that why it's called Raised by Wolves?
Yeah, there's some people that need raising. They're little kiddos, and there's some wolves, and they're like, hey.
Let's raise these people.
We're wolves, and we want to raise things. And you're kids, and you want to be raised.
There we go. Done.
Let's make a family.
Show as advertised. No, this episode was really good.
Here's my question. Because you guys said that in the second episode, I would get some answers. I still have no answers from the first season. Like, I'm still as lost as what
there are answers. There are answers in this episode. A couple. Not all of them. You gotta be patient, Jared.
No.
Patient.
I said I'd get answers. And
I said you get some answers, and you get some answers. I wrote them down. I will tell you what answers you get in the episode. You don't get everything, you greedy boy, you greedy baby boy. You need to be raised by wolves some more. Then you'll learn patience.
They said
if anything, wolves are known for patience.
In the very first bit of the show, you get confirmation that, hey, yeah, there is a signal that's being sent.
There's a signal.
And it's coming from the... Did they say it was coming from the core of the Earth?
No,
we don't know.
It says it's not...
We're speculating.
It can't penetrate the tropical area.
It can't penetrate the dome. I don't remember if it said it was core of the Earth, or is that's what we were speculating last.
It just said it's outside somewhere.
So first off, the show opens up with Marcus, a little bit of Marcus, and he's like radiating power.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting because he ate the android eyes, right?
He swallowed them. Yes, they were forced down his throat by the guy that you see in this episode.
Right, and that's what.
And that's why his face is all
guy?
bulbous. Yes. So
that makes a lot more sense.
His veins are bulging, right? And the girl says, "You are. I can see Soul's light in you. I can feel you.
I can feel Soul's light burning inside." And she wants to touch it.
She wants to touch him.
No!
It wasn't sexual.
Like, well, touch it.
Yeah, it wasn't sexual at that point. It became a little sexual because her daughter says, "I don't like it when you touch him."
Yeah.
But then, so the scene you're talking about after that it starts because Sue brings the kids a gun.
Oh, I know, right? Here, I thought
Like
you
a
guys
giant, like assault rifle. She's like, I thought you guys could use it, And they're like, this is awesome. And then mom freaks out because mother's awful. Great actor,
like the NRA,
but like, her character gets a little bit annoying, but it's on purpose. She's designed that way to have feelings and be overbearing and protective.
yeah.
And then she says, "No, yeah, I trust you now." And she's like, "Now you didn't trust me before." She's like, "No, because I got the science books now because they made me a doctor." And she says, "There is a signal. You were right. There is a signal, but it cannot penetrate the EMF that covers the tropical zone."
Question answered.
Is a big question answer, Gerard.
What was the question that I even had for that?
Do you remember in season 1, Gerard? When they when they said we're gonna go to the tropical zone, and then Paul heard Soul's voice, and what did the voice tell him to do? First off, it said, "Sue's not your mommy. Her name is Mary, and she killed your mama. She killed your mama, Sue. You should murder her."
Yeah, and then said, don't let them go to the tropical zone.
And then he says, "Go sabotage the lander, because if they go to the tropical zone, I will have no power."
Essentially, yeah.
Because the signal cannot penetrate the tropical zone. Question answered.
Interesting.
Okay, barely answered.
So, and it's also confirmation that the AI on the ship can't be the voice either. Can't be the signal.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, they were hearing the voice before it showed up, but
oh, yeah.
Well, we don't know when it showed up. It sounds like they're been established in the tropical zone for a while.
No, you see the ship arrive in the last episode of episode 1.
Yeah.
Already on the planet, though. You see it enter the atmosphere?
Yes, you see it in the sky. It's like the last shot of season 1. Is Marcus finds a bunch of Mithraic soldiers and he kills them all, and then he looks up and there's another ship.
Oh, okay.
And they said this was also a Mithraic ship, which they commandeered. They took over, and so it's full of atheists, and they landed. And then in episode 1 of season 2, they say that they rounded up all of the Mithraic that were left. Yeah, and I mistakenly said that some of those people from season 1 don't show up again. They all show up in this episode.
Yeah, they did.
The priestess that was left at the camp, and the 2 people that were with Marcus, they're all captured. So all of the people with bomb packs, those are all the Mithraic that are left.
Yeah,
gotcha.
The guy, the blonde-haired tall girl and the other guy who had most of the dialogue are the 2 soldiers that were with Marcus, and the one guy who forced him to eat the necromancy eyes. And then the older lady was the priestess who was on the Pelican.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that.
Right.
I caught my son chewing on electrical cords, so I had to ground him. He's doing better currently and conducting himself properly. That is a very good joke in the voice of Father. Good job there.
Father's good.
So there is a signal posing as Soul. Is it Soul, or is it posing as Soul?
Or is it just attributed to Soul?
I
think it's probably the latter. It's just another voice, and the Mithraics, attribute the voice to Soul. I don't think it's pretending to be Soul or intentional. But I could be wrong.
In season 1, it says stuff. It's like, "I will make you king of this land," and it says stuff from their scriptures.
That's true.
So, I think it's either actually Soul and Soul is evil, or it is taking advantage of their scriptures and pretending to be Soul.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or it was a thing, and people just turned it into a religion through time,
Right.
not realizing it was evil. So
then we get Mother torturing the terrorist.
She beats the crap out of a guy wearing a Mithraic helmet, which looks so cool. They said we just found this on the ship that we commandeered. It's a Mithraic relic. We don't know what it does. The Trust likes it because it's scary.
Yeah.
And it's scary. It looks so good.
It is. That was an interesting scene.
Yeah.
I really like the scene that comes right after this, though. Do you have anything else to say about the torture scene, Jared?
Violence is pain, compliance is life, hatred is pain, pain is hatred. There's a lot of those backwards things saying the same thing with the Trust.
So after this episode, father and mother meet up and they have a little discussion, and it's so good. Did we lose Jared?
Oops. I think I might have clicked him off.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It was. Oops. I almost just closed this.
We good?
We're good.
Don't do that.
Their conversation is great. She says, so it's like a DTR. They're like, do you still hate me? Like, are we good? Like, I know, like, I tried to kill you and you tried to kill me, and then you said you hated me so much you were going to erase all of your memories just so that you could stand to be around me. I know you said that, but like, are we good? And he's like, and she's like, he's like, my caregiving protocols have never been satisfied like they are now. I'm getting so much pleasure receptacles out of. I am just so much care. So great. And then she's like, yes, my caregiving protocol is similarly satisfied. It like sounds sexual, but it's not at all.
Yeah. I loved that the way they phrased it, and you could tell that both of them are like, we've been programmed to care for these kids, right? We're caregivers, and we're doing our job. We're doing a good job, but you can tell that there's something missing. You know that there's something else going on, but they're just robots. They're programmed to know what they know, and I just love how unnaturally that conversation goes. It's like, yes, my caregiving protocols are good. Okay, there's no problems here. Oh, okay, I guess we'll continue then. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah, it's so rational and so irrational. It's great. Everything about the robot characters are so wonderful. How practical everything is, and Mark Clark had a good boat. Had a good joke. A little Freudian slip there. He had a good boat. Yeah, the Norwegian Navy puts barcodes on their ships so they can scan the Navy, and Scandinavia is. It's funny because Scandinavia is in Norway, so that's why that joke's funny.
Oh, is that why?
Mm-hmm. Those are two places. Yeah. So I love that conversation. It's great, and then it's also put in that conversation that Mother is trying to set up Campion as the ruler of all of these people.
Yeah, of all the atheists.
It's just great how she's like trying to like do all this stuff. Like, oh, I want to be. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the scene after that is has a really good conversation between Marcus and lady whose name they may have said and I don't remember.
I literally just say lady. Lady feels souls light.
Lady who likes touching Marcus.
Yeah.
The line that he says is like, "Oh, we can move past that. We're going to make a real family. No more imitations." Obviously, talking about her and her fake robot daughter, who is imitating her, the relationship that she had with her dead daughter, but subliminally also talking about his imitation of a relationship with his girlfriend, wife. It's never actually clear if they're married or not.
Yeah,
and
right.
The boy that they Stockholm syndromed.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's interesting about that is that later it's clear that he kind of sees this woman as her still. right?
Yes.
Like
There was
as
that
a
shot.
replacement
like,
for
oh
Sue.
well, can't you heal this guy? And he's like, I'm not a medic. Like,
That's
yeah, good point.
They actually make it more explicit later on.
Well, there is a shot
But
that
I'm
she
really
looks at her
surprised. Yeah.
and it's Sue there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Jared. I did catch that line. I mean, I
He just like
heard it,
in his mind, she is Sue that hasn't turned against him yet.
right.
And he's like, he just assumes that she can do medic stuff. Yeah, it's a great line.
He just wants to wipe the slate clean, wipe the Android memory and start new. And of course, she's not ready to do that because he cray.
Yeah, and then they find some more of those chrome cards with
cards,
pictures on them, but they've been damaged because of the acid ocean, which is a cool.
but it seems like they are able to withstand that water still, though.
Who's they?
No, I mean the cards. The cards can.
Yeah, but they've been damaged.
Well, I know,
but there's a hole in one of them. Yeah.
But they're resistant a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So they talk about the pentagonal prophecy, which is the prophecy of the tree of knowledge, and the things that are important is you cannot find the tree without the sword, without learning to use the sword first.
Yeah.
And they speculate that the scalpel could be the sword, but they also later in the episode speculate that the snake could be the sword, and there is merit to both arguments.
Just like there's merit to arguments on who is the prophesied child in the orphan in the empty land,
right? Because
apply to three of them.
It mirrors a conversation that Campion has with Paul at the end of the episode when they find the box or whatever, right? And he says the prophet only finds the tree of knowledge once he's mastered the sword forged in Soul's light. So if you think about the scalpel was literally forged from symbols of soul, the necklaces that the kids had.
Yeah.
So it was forged from Soul's light, but also the snake was forged in Soul's VR.
Yeah, and was born in some ritualistic mumbo jumbo whatever the heck happened there
from Soul's influence. So I mean, it could be the snake, it could be the scalpel. I mean, there are parallels between snakes and with the symbol specifically snakes and sperms, and the penis is sometimes called a sword. So which one is it? Is it A or B or none of the above?
Good questions.
Yeah. And then Marcus runs into the atheist guy who got punished and got his face all beat up.
Yep.
So he gets another follower. He's just accumulating followers.
Well,
and then
it is interesting too to see just like the ways that they I mean, like, for example, I think the interesting thing about this particular episode is that they talk about how violence isn't acceptable, but then they use violence to say that that's not acceptable.
Yeah. Well, and it's great, and the robots come back and say, "Isn't this great? There's justice here," and all of the kids are like, "Yeah, I guess, sure," but like it feels wrong. But like, yeah, logically, 1 + 1 = 2, and it makes sense. Like, hey, if you're
a terrorist, you're punished for it.
But it still feels wrong.
Yeah.
For the human element is what's missing. So Marcus is accumulating followers, bringing them back to that temple above the acid pit, and those guys chasing him get melted. And then Campion, rats out Paul, and then goes to take the egg back and breaks it and runs into Big Snake Kid Boy brother, his half brother Snake Boy,
number 7,
Snake Baby number 7.
Yeah.
It's a cool scene.
It was a cool scene.
Except for it doesn't really attack him.
No,
We-
I never said it
We
attacked him. He meets him.
assumed that it attacked
Well,
him,
yeah,
but
no, I
then
know.
it said that he was more scared
Yeah.
because it looked
And
like
then
a
he
baby.
said that he fell.
And he
And
fell.
when
And then,
Mother shows up, it's not attacking. It's just looking at him.
it's just looking
Maybe
at him.
preparing to eat him. I don't know.
But good thing Mother speaks partial tongue and scared him away.
But I love what Paul says to Mother right after that. He gets mad that she took the thing away, and he's like, "It's what's good for you." And he's like, "How do you know what's good for me? You kidnap me and kill my people." I'm like, he's got a point,
Right.
like,
I totally agree. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And then you're weird about animals, Campion. Campion is weird. But she shows up. She scares away the snake, and then my favorite part of the episode.
Oh yes.
She starts lactating because it's so weird, but it's literally her offspring, and it's like the natural reaction. It's programmed in her to nurture it, even though it's a snake baby.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Mommy milkers, man. I love that scene. And then she gets them sealed up, which is a process that's apparently unreversible, which is a weird thing for a sci-fi universe. If you can make, android milkies and you can seal them up, but you can't unseal them, but it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting her to meet up with Snake Baby and just have her explode.
Oh, it's just built up.
Yeah,
she gets android mastitis.
Yeah, exactly.
Because her ducts are clogged.
Wow.
Hey, you gotta have some weird milky fetish in every season, right? Last season it was that weird Simpod sex scene thing, and
so good.
This season it's gonna be the lactating nipples.
They're sealed. It can't be reversed, David. Don't be naive.
So says Sue, but the necromancers have been created with some technology that we don't understand.
True. We don't fully understand the androids. Oh, I really liked in episode 1 how when they start in episode 1 how they start operating on her and it like melts it like turns the guy's hands into like
same thing that happened to
Krusty Krab.
To some of the guys that she yelled at or whatever.
Yeah,
it didn't explode. But
it was the same power. Yeah, it's different. So when she does the scream, people explode. But that's why she was always covering her eyes in season 1, is because if you look into her eyes, you just get radiated to death, and that's what happened. It happened to him because he reached into her body and just died of super accelerated radiation poisoning. Yeah, I make a good joke. I make a good joke about breastfeeding android. I know what mastitis is. That's kind of an obscure thing that some people don't know about. I'm a smart boy. So we get the mommy milkers, and then you get the people by the ocean who get pulled into the acid water.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, we got to go kill the snake because it's killing people.
Then Paul and Campion leave to find him because
there's a story in the scriptures about Saul working through a serpent.
And
so maybe
Campion
he sent
said
us.
It looks more scared than dangerous, like it was separated from its mother. Ooh.
Yeah, and then I was wrong. I have it written down here. I make a mistake. The Soul Priestess is featured in this episode, so I already said that.
Yeah.
So,
gotcha. So then they commandeer a tank.
Yeah, Marcus commandeers a tank, and I love the line. He's like, why did you do that, man? I didn't want to kill you. Soul sent me here to save all you guys, not to just kill everybody. Why'd you do that, man? Why'd you make me murder you? I just really love it. I'm making fun of it, but I really genuinely loved his delivery in that scene.
Yeah, no, that was really good because he feels like that's his purpose, to rebuild Mithraism. You kind of get the sense that he doesn't want to, make it the same as before. He's trying to reform Mithraism, to be more accurate, because he said in episode
he's a Calvinist.
1, he's like, I don't care about being baptized. I don't care about any of that crap.
Yeah,
I just care about following soul the way I see fit.
Yeah, I made the joke last episode. He's basically like the Calvinist soul guy. He's Martin Luther with his 22 theses, like against the Catholic soul church.
Yeah,
he's like doing the reorganization. I don't care about all that baptism crap. I want like the pure spirit behind the letter of the law.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There's a lot of cool parallels in this show with religion and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's super impressive how it's drawing all these parallels and creating this world without just being like insulting to religion in general or even atheism. Like it's so clever how this whole story is constructed in that it's just pure fiction and pure speculation, and it does this stuff respectfully without saying like, hey, religion is evil, or lacking faith is evil. It doesn't say that. It's not heavy-handed. It doesn't preach to you. It's just telling a cool story that's inspired by a bunch of stuff from a bunch of different cultures. It's freaking cool. I love this show.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Also, android mastitis. So,
hey, you gonna keep milking that joke?
It's a good joke. Your wife liked it.
You gotta keep
you got it.
Paul and Campion meet the robot girl, and they take her back to her place. And then Mother hunts down the snake and finds some of its shedded skin and burns it, because she's like, I don't need to be a mommy to you. I can be not a mommy to you. Yeah. And I love, it's happened several times in the show. I also love that one of the capabilities of the androids is they can just like breathe fire, basically. Like they can just produce super heat from their mouths. There are so many things that the robots do. They're just super subtle and underhanded and really cool. I love it. So
we know that at least the dry snake skin is flammable, so maybe the snake itself is flammable. We shall see. We did skip over. Oh no! First, before we do that, I love what she says.
I haven't seen the whole series. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. When she burns the snake skin, she says, "You deserve no sympathy. You are a killer of children."
Yeah, she says, "You are not a children. You are a killer of
children." But she's also kind of her child.
She is a children. Baby. She's a children, but she's also a killer of children.
Yeah,
it's
can be both.
Nuanced. It's nuanced.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they meet up. But also, we skipped over the Mithraic plan to use the atheist bombs as bait / the weapon.
Oh yeah, we just skip over that.
That was so good.
His mother doesn't need baby formula, guys. Oh yeah. Their plan is to literally have the snake eat them.
Yep, and then
blow them up.
And Father is just like, "Oh, yep, that makes sense. Let's do it."
They're like, "I thought we were hunting a snake. What are our weapons? You fail to understand the situation. You are the weapons, baby." Father's the best character in the whole show.
Yeah,
I love him. Oh, and he's also building an android. We skipped over that.
Well, it's interesting because it looks like the android is growing stuff.
It grows stuff. It grew berries. It grew berries from its chest, and they were radioactive. Copyright strike. So he's assembling all these pieces that I can never remember the girl's name. little girl. She finds pieces in the cave and he puts them together.
Replacement Tally is what I call her.
Yeah. Asian Tally.
Yeah.
I understand the assignment equals father. Yeah, that's he's brutal in his practicality and yet he's also the most caring character in the show.
Yep. Also, here's a joke.
It's funny because Mother is programmed to be more loving and she's not as good at it as Father. Like her sole purpose is to be protective, and because she focuses on that so hard, she's overbearing and can't connect with the children as well as Father can, and that's why she despises him.
Yeah,
or not despises him, but she resents him.
She makes decisions that she thinks are for the children's best interest, but she doesn't spend time connecting with them and getting them on her side. But yeah, you're right. Father's the best.
Father's so good.
He's so awesome.
The actor is. I want to see him in more things, man.
Yeah.
But I only ever want him to play robots.
You want him to be typecast for the rest of his life? I
never want him. I would be happy with that because he is so freaking good at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So.
Yep. Raised by Wolves is good.
Raised by Wolves is good. Where do you guys think this season is going?
I have no idea. I still have tons of questions.
Because let me answer you. You're wrong. Well, what do you think?
Most likely.
What questions do you still have, Gerard?
What's this thing with these
things?
Like the android. I mean, the skeleton that he's putting together, right? Like
that's answered. Yeah. It will be answered.
What's the snake's interest in Campion? Like, who's the orphan, right? Like, why? Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff like that where I'm like, there's so many questions.
Most of my questions about the snake, like, what's its purpose? Where did it come from? How did it happen? And what the signal has to do with everything.
What are the cards that have to do with everything? Like
some of that is answered, and some of the questions just change.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it's good. It's interesting.
It is so unique. Everything about this show is just astounding to me.
I mean, it definitely keeps you coming back, wanting to find the answer. So, wanting to know what they're trying to do. I mean, it's definitely interesting to see the different religions and how they, like, for example, this is obviously they're trying to focus on building a community that's based on fair communal respect.
Yeah.
Right. But like the way that they're doing it is obviously wrong. Right. And then you have the Mithraic where it's all about filling his light, right? And listening to the light, which is, it seems like it's not as governed by the communal sort of.
Yeah, the needs of the many don't matter. It's just whatever soul wants, or whatever we think soul wants us to do, right?
We talked about it last episode. That the atheist commune appropriately has a lot of parallels to like communism in general. Like no one owns the children; they are raised by the community, right? And everyone is forced to participate and share everything, basically.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that like Mithraicism is like the polar opposite of.
Right.
It's not free market capitalism. It's definitely not that.
Yeah. That's what's so interesting about this
it's probably more like fascism, I would say, is Mithraic. The Mithraic organization is they're both commanding, and if you disagree, you are wrong, and don't deserve to live, right? Which is why the Earth was destroyed, right? But yeah, they're very they are very similar in their outcomes, with very different methods of getting to the same place of being wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been
Mythrax have a
interesting to
class
see
system.
how that like plays into the choices these guys are making and things like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, like so it's interesting too. I think because they're talking a lot about. I mean, I think they're trying to mention or bring up the fact of like, okay, what does this mean if we rely on technology more, right? Like, because the atheists, they listen to a computer, right? So it's still kind of like their god, but it's like technology, right?
Yeah.
So it's technology that they've created, and then they listen to that technology. So it's like
Mhm.
kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it before. The atheism presented in the show is basically another religion, right? They have their own belief systems and their tenets, and but they just believe it's more, scientifically based, I guess, or like I said, technology and.
I don't believe in God. I only believe in
I believe in
science.
science. Yeah, Nacho
But
Libre for the
but
win.
they religiously believe in science.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I would almost say no. It's not like I wouldn't compare it to Satanism.
Scientology. I don't
Almost.
know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Scientology.
I don't know enough about Scientology. Yeah.
I would say like it doesn't. It wouldn't compare to Satanism because Satanism is basically you are your own god.
Yeah.
Like traditional like Leviathan Satanism.
Yeah. That's why it's so interesting, man. Because all the religions and the belief systems and the organizations in this show, they're so reminiscent of Earth stuff. But that's good. Oh, I love you.
Dolphins in the empty world. That was good. That was a good joke.
I love you, dear. That was a good one.
Ooh, that's good.
That's my.
That was a Nacho Libre reference. I mean, it never would have happened if I hadn't brought it up first. But
I hate all the orphans in the empty world. It's good. Good.
I'm having Papa's Huevos for a late dinner. Ooh. Yeah, I'm so excited. This season gets a little bit more crazy, and I want to see your reactions. I also have a couple notes from these last 2 episodes that I've had to hide. So
you're gonna bring them up later?
I will bring them up later.
Okay.
I'm rechecking my notes from episode 1 to see if I can bring any of those up now, though. Yeah, I don't think so. Listen to the theme song.
What?
I have some. What?
Listen to the theme song of.
What? I didn't say anything.
So throw some.
What? Fancy? What? I have theories about the theme song and its implications to the story. What? I said. Where? I don't know what you're talking about. So.
So next week we're going to have not only Raised by Wolves but Kenobi to talk about. That should be fun.
Next week, already?
What day does it come out? It comes out on the 27th. So it's Friday, yeah. So it'll be Thursday morning or Thursday night, whatever, depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obi-Wan drops next week. We'll have some more guests talking about Star Wars. So
trying to get a friend of mine to.
Yeah, we might get my sister to come back because she's probably going to watch the Star Wars.
Cool beans.
Yep. I'm excited.
Okay. All right.
I'm really excited for you guys to watch more, so I can talk about it. It looks like. Let me check the likes. Oh no, we went down. We were at
What?
10.
People
We're at 10.
disliked.
We were at no, because that doesn't affect the likes. We were at 10 and now
Oh.
we're at 8. Well, you guys did good, but I think I'll keep this song secret and keep it safe unless we get back up to 10. Maybe, I don't know. So
You just really want to share it.
I also don't want to spoil it because I want to do a big album reveal eventually, but
Well, then don't spoil it.
it's real good. It's real good.
Just give us like a 5-second teaser.
Okay. I'll give you a little teaser because we got a lot of likes on this video. I mean, comparably to
To our normal. Yeah.
Okay. Also, this song is pretty different from my normal style. I went a little bit outside the box. I had some Taco Bell. I thought outside the bun. And I wrote like a heavy metal song.
Really?
I don't know. It probably doesn't qualify as heavy metal. It's not that heavy, but it's a pretty. It bangs. Here's a little. We'll play the song and then we'll not. You won't get all of it. You don't get all of it because you don't deserve it. Oh wait, we're back up to 9. We're at 9 likes. I don't know. You know what? We'll just play it.
2 seconds.
We'll play the whole song. We'll play the whole song because the first half it has flaws. Okay, I need to redo a lot of my vocals in the first half, but the second half is pretty good. So here's a song. We're ending the show with a song that I wrote. It's not done yet. But his little sneak peek, and it's probably not coming anytime soon because I have to finish the whole album. But here's a song I wrote. It's really good. You hear it? Then we got to go back up to 10. This is not the typical style of music I write.
As I ascend toward the setting sun, I see the jet stream measuring the paces back to you as I leave a trail far behind you. I feel that time is growing old and I need these breadcrumbs to remain. These birds are driving me insane, 'cause I can't forget you when I see the sky lighting outside my window. It's as if the clouds could choose to congregate and gather to demonstrate to me the distance doesn't matter now. If I could speed this plane, I would see the scene forever. Oh, yeah. Here we are, getting further in the distance. Trying to fade the toll, the beautiful and no resistance. So I will wait for the day when we can be one man. It's a fight, kinda like the light from the sun. Just takes time to get to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. As I descend upon the setting scene, I see the lights of the city beckoning, saying, "Come join the ranks and stop the fight." But I feel so alone tonight, and I just can't get you off my mind. I think about you all the time, but in the midst, the moon serves a sign to tell me everything is gonna be alright. The stars could choose to congregate and gather to demonstrate to me the distance doesn't matter now. If I could freeze this frame, I could see the scene forever. Oh, yeah. Here we are, getting further in the distance. Trying to fade the toll, the beautiful with no resistance. Oh, I will
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a good show. Positive criticism only. If you say anything bad, I'll ban you forever. Just kidding. Actually, criticism would be great because I'm still writing it, so I can change some stuff. But thanks for tuning in. Bye.